Earlier this day I had a 50-minute flight which had very light lift, and spent the majority of that flight under 1,500. With this flight starting at 4 p.m., I wasn't very hopeful, so I didn't wear my long-sleeve shirt. The second thermal I find sends me up to cloud base at 4,500 feet, where I meet up with Peter flying his rigid wing. He leaves to go explore this cloud, and I start following shortly after. It didn't look like he got any lift there, so I changed course to a good-looking cloud. But it's fairly far away, so it would cost a large amount of altitude to get there, assuming that I didn't hit anything else on the way. Here's the cloud we were heading to. Here's the cloud that I'm heading to now. My plan is to fly this line of clouds to get to the convergence line in the distance. It winds up costing me 2,500 feet to make it across that gap. But it pays off, and I hook that cloud's thermal, sending me back up to 4,500 feet. I'm on glide here, making my way across the swamp towards the next cloud. It's about 1 hour into the flight. I'm climbing in this cloudless thermal over a pig farm. The thermal actually carries some of the smell up with it. My Vario had been warning me about low power all day, and it finally gave out here. Not having the audio didn't seem to affect my ability to thermal. However, you do lose some detail, like how fast you're climbing. It's hard to tell the difference, for example, between 0 sync and 100 up. After one more glide, I've made it to the convergence line, and the lift is plentiful. This farm is actually where I landed on my first cross-country. You can also see some rain not too far away. The rain clouds seemed to be making headway on me, so I started a strong glide out to the edge and down the convergence line. This is where not having the Vario was quite missed. I wanted to glide without losing too much altitude, but only using the clouds as a guide is imperfect, which led me to gliding faster than I probably needed to. The camera ran out of power as well at this point, but I continued flying for another hour. Here's the flight up to where the Vario cut out, and then to Dean Kincaid where I met up with the convergence line, and then my guess as to my ground track until I landed. It's too bad my camera wasn't charged though. Oshkosh was ending this weekend, and an American World War II bomber was flying by on a southerly heading, but then evidently got curious, turned around and flew past me within safe waving distance, which was pretty cool. So that's the cloud street I was following this flight. It goes all the way along.